Ariel Helwani in Las Vegas inside the world-famous Mayweather Boxing Club alongside the world-famous cutman Jacob Stitch Duran. We're here for the Floyd Mayweather open workout session. What brings you here, Stitch?
Oh, man, I always hang out here. I come by here at least once a week. For me, it's barbershop talk. My weekends are usually I'm traveling somewhere, so I'll tell my wife I'm going to be back and go buy some milk. I'll come and hang out for 2-3 hours. So that's all I'm doing, just hanging out.
You're home away from home.
Yeah, and it's nice to be here.
Sure.
With this environment that's going on, with what's going on, and just to see what's going on.
Will you be working the event?
No.
Why not?
Well, I don't know. Just things happen. So it'd be nice. It'd be nice to be involved. Hopefully, somebody in the undercard will say, "Hey, man, Stitch, you got a job? Don't come on down."
Were you blocked from working the event?
Anyway, so how you been, man?
I've been good. I've been good. It's great to see you.
It's been great, man.
Does it hurt you to not work the event?
No, it don't hurt me at all, man.
Okay.
And the thing about this game, you always prepare for the unexpected, and it'd be nice to work this type of event. You kind of say, would it be nice? But Floyd has his own cutman crew, and they do a good job. And I know Conor and them. I think they have a crew also. So
okay. Will you attend the event as a fan?
Well, no, not as a fan. No, not at all. No, I don't think nobody of my kind of stature when it comes to economics is going to attend that type of fight. Tickets are just too expensive.
Sure. Will you watch the event? Will you order it on pay-per-view? Are you interested?
Well, I won't order it. I'll hang out with somebody,
Okay.
and I haven't paid for a pay-per-view in years, man. So we'll see what happens.
As someone who works in both sports, how do you feel about this? There are some people in the boxing community that don't like this, that don't like the fact that Floyd's going for his 50th pro win against someone who's 0-0. How do you feel about it?
No, I think it's great for the sport, man. Number one, look at this. So how can it be bad? Floyd's 50th. Yeah, is it going to have an asterisk? Kind of like Jose Canseco or Barry Bonds, with the home runs. Is it going to have an asterisk? But I think nonetheless, it's. The hype is definitely big. I haven't seen this since the days of Mike Tyson.
Wow. So this is good for boxing. Any hype is good hype.
No doubt about it. Hey, listen, everywhere I go, man, I was in China a couple of weeks ago. I did a show in California last week. But everywhere I go, people that aren't even boxing people stop and ask me. So yeah, it's good for boxing. It's definitely not going to hurt it. And I got to give Conor credit for being the biggest thief in combat sports because, man, he stole everybody's heart, man. And what he did is phenomenal. And I don't think anybody's ever going to be able to do that again.
Do you think he has a chance?
Well, I've always said the early rounds, he always has a chance. And I've been in so many fights, and you've seen so many fights where all it takes is one shot and it changes the whole course of the game. That I know, So I never say never because I look at it as the side of a cut man. Now, if you ask me if there's going to be any damage done, this and that, then I'll probably a little bit more versed on giving you my opinions on that.
Okay. So do you think that he'll be able to rough up? People say rough up Floyd, make it a dirty fight, bring the MMA out in this boxing match.
The first 2 rounds, like I say, are going to be dangerous for Floyd. And I told Floyd there months ago, I said, be careful because close in, Conor's tough and he can knock people out. But I see on the long run, I see him maybe being a little tenderized, from the outside by Floyd's punches. And, at that point, he's going to need a good cut man.
Do you subscribe to the theory that it would be disastrous for boxing if Conor wins?
I don't think so. No, not at all, man. This is a positive all the way. People are going to talk shit all the time.
Yeah.
Whether there's always going to be some controversy, whether Floyd wins, whether Conor, that's going to happen. But at the end of the day, people are going to be talking about this for years.
We missed you around the UFC events. Do you miss it as well?
Yeah, definitely. The guys that I work with, tons of them, we're all friends, I miss it, no doubt about it. But I've been real fortunate to be working with Scott Coker and Bellator and Invicta with Shannon Knapp, and I'm doing now the Professional Fight League, and I did a show in California. I'm doing them in Europe and all that. So I became kind of the guy that let's call Stitch, man, because he did something right.
Yeah. And do you watch the UFC still, or is it still a little too fresh?
No, I don't watch them. I never watched them even when I, the only thing I would watch is I would watch my performance after a fight to see how. But I've never been. Man, I do too many fights, man.
What is your favorite performance in a fight?
Oh God, I've seen a ton of them, man. But I think,
what you're proud of the work that you did on a fighter.
Well, I think early on when Forrest Griffin fought Shogun, the first Pride fighter versus the UFC fighter, Forrest ended up with a big old gash. I kept him in there. He ended up winning the fight. But what made that so nice is after that he sent me a nice invitation to a nice restaurant and a nice gift certificate. So but just to have kept him in the game, because it was nasty. He was down to the bone, man. And if you look at the video game that he's on it, that was that cut that I took care of.
Are you still holding out hope that someday you'll be able to work UFC events again?
No, not at all.
Ship
man.
has sailed.
Yeah, that ship has sailed, and I like to say, life has been good, man. It's been tremendous, and the things that I'm doing outside of just working MMA and boxing has expanded. So no, not at all, man. If somebody asked me yesterday, with the new ownership, if they called you, would you, come back as well? I'd sit down and definitely talk to them, and see what they would have to offer, but it would have to be under totally different conditions than when I first left for the UFC, because it just didn't pay off.
Okay. And by the way, before I let you go, your guy Vladimir Klitschko retired. What were your emotions when you heard that news, and were you surprised?
No, I wasn't surprised. Vladimir called me a couple weeks after, Ariel, and he asked my opinion, and I told him, whatever you decide, it's on you. I'll support you 150%. And so I wasn't surprised. Did I want him to go one more? Yeah, maybe just for that final finale, right? But no qualms on that. And what was nice is I saw Vladimir at the weigh-ins, and I hadn't seen him before because I was in Crete. My daughter Carla was getting married, and I got there and I saw him and I was talking to him, and like a lot of fighters, I said, Vladimir, don't worry about anything tomorrow. I'm going to take care of you like you're my son. So we left it at that, and here he is in front of 90,000 people, Ariel. Right before Michael Buffer does the announcements, I'm doing the final Vaseline on Vladimir, and just him and I. Wow. And he says, you could call me son. Oh, man, that just kind of gave me chills, brother. And,
I just got chills right now.
Yeah, and then when he called me, he goes, hey, Daddy, how you doing? But that's a relationship that I've had with not only with Vladimir, Vitaly, and then the late, great Emmanuel Stewart. So for me, it was a fun run.
Wow, that is beautiful.
Fun run. Yeah, it was beautiful,
Congratulations on everything. It's great to see you. Can I get a prediction? Who do you think wins? You're not working.
I don't predict them, but if you ask me, somebody could get busted up. Yeah, somebody will get busted up.
Who's getting busted up?
Well, I think if I was a betting man, I would lean putting more money on Conor.
Getting busted up?
Yeah, I would think so.
Okay, but not him winning, him getting cut.
Yeah, that's it.
Because of Floyd's prowess in the boxing.
Just getting tenderized.
All right. What a pleasure it is to talk to you. Man, great to see you here. Enjoy the day. Sorry you won't be working, but I know you're very busy, so you won't miss out too much.
One way or the other, man. We'll figure something out.
Thank you, Stitch.
All right, appreciate it.